Back so soon?
Alethéia, I know I wasn't gone long in the Animus, but I couldn't wait.
I've been thinking about whether or not I should let you continue. And I have my answer, but I'm afraid you won't like it.
Don't tell me I can't go into the third simulation.
I'm sorry, Layla. I made a miscalculation, and I factored you in when it was a mistake to do so. I see that clearly now. It's time for you to leave Atlantis.
You can't do this. Not now! I've seen Elysium and the Underworld. You can't take that away!
If I'd known this reality would go the direction it did, you wouldn't have seen any of it. You're too human. Your DNA has succumbed to the corrupting nature of the staff.
Listen, I know the bleeding effect is real, and accessing Deimos' memory did affect me. But I've studied Isu artifacts. This is the last stage of my trials. When it's over, my DNA will be able to overcome the staff's control.
Perhaps. But you won't see that through. My simulations are closed to you.
Hear me out. What happened before Victoria was horrible. But how can I learn to control my impulses if I don't know more about the staff?
This is about more than your lesson. I wanted creation, but you brought destruction.
Only because I haven't learned everything yet. You wanted to teach me, and I still want to be taught. Give me another chance.
Even if I were to let you in, your doctor is dead.
If I could take that back, I would. But I can't. And I have to keep going.
From her calculations, your body wouldn't be able to withstand the simulations.
My body is fine. The staff kept Kassandra alive for thousands of years. I've got a protection guarantee.
Your mind is a different story altogether. You don't have the sense to see its degradation.
When you break it down, this staff heals, Alethéia. I could come out of this smarter, more in control. Invincible.
That's quite a leap in logic.
Just let me see for myself. Please.
Go.
Oh my god, thank you. You won't regret this. Here we go.
I'll see you inside.
That's enough!
No need to shout. This isn't your domain, brother.
Hades has nothing left to offer you. You are never meant to stay here, nor Elysium. You didn't belong on Kefalonia, and you didn't belong in Sparta. I can offer you a place you do belong. It's time you finally found it. Atlantis awaits.
Anywhere's better than here.
I won't forget this. No!
There's no need for that here. You're safe.
I've heard that before.
This place isn't like any other you've been. There's no Persephone, no Hades.
Just you.
Just me. Vikastis Vasilevs, the Grand Adjudicator of all Atlantis. But to you, I am Poseidon. What I'm offering you, Keeper of the Staff, is a place at my side. Join me as my Vikastis. Welcome home.
This place is the real Atlantis. I mean, it's intact. I thought the city was destroyed.
Every 7 years, our great city begins a new cycle, if judged to be imperfect.
And who's the judge?
Before your arrival, it was my decision alone. Now that I have you at my side, I intend for this cycle to last an eternity.
If you're the Vikastis Vasilevs, you expect me to be...
Vikastis, the judge. Be my hand in laying and enforcing judgment in Atlantis.
Well, I must warn you that I'm not always right.
I was both surprised and encouraged by your actions in the underworld. Fortunes were exchanged in response to your choices. But trust that I learned your reverence to justice is true.
Hades must have told you about my stuff.
He didn't have to. As is the way with all heroes, your journey has become the stuff of Atlantean legend.
Then you know my staff is the reason I'm here. I need to learn how to master it.
This land is a paradise of power for those with issue devices, but all in good time.
So you expect me to live among you? A home among gods?
Gods? We are much more than the human conception of gods. Your father called us the ones who came before, but as Alethéia told you, we are the issue.
You know about my stuff, Pythagoras and Alethéia? I'm starting to feel very watched.
Your trials in both Elysium and the Underworld. No, your triumphs there are known to us.
My trials forced me into rebellion. They made me face the dead. My hardships make me a good Vikastis?
We don't always choose our path, but in this case, your blood shows for you. You possess both DNA strands, the best of humans and Isu. I have no doubt that you are our mutual future.
It's an honor. Where do I start?
Humans have 5 senses to understand the world around them. We have been blessed a 6th. Knowledge. Ah, no. It is not merely your vision of the ego. The essence of that sense slips now. But it can be awoken in Atlantis. Your stuff is more than a key. It's a bridge between who you are now and who you must become.
And if I fully awaken this 6th sense, I'll have mastered the staff?
That and more. Come, let me show you.
I accessed power sources in Elysium and the Underworld. They helped my knowledge, I think. But they haven't changed my senses.
In Atlantis, you'll find the sources that awaken your new sense much more concentrated. Not only will your knowledge grow here, but it will thrive. You'll find 3 such sources once you leave this palace. You know them as Keeper's Insides.
Doesn't look like anyone can get through.
It's blocked to those who haven't full access to our knowledge. Find the source of that knowledge within this palace. Try to pass through once you do.
Hello, Layla.
Alethéia? What do
You needed intervention. I couldn't stop you physically, but perhaps I can make you understand through technical means.
No, I've got this. Stay out of it.
Strange. But it feels like the stuff is becoming a part of me. I think I'm starting to understand. It's like I can feel issue memories and hear their wisdom. Now I know what you meant about the sources being more concentrated. I feel different.
Many things are different here, the Castis. You'll discover that in time. Atlantis awaits you. I have one rule that is absolute. Our technology cannot be used on my human civilians. Their bodies cannot withstand the power. The Isu know this above all.
So, I'm free to go? What task should the Castis do first?
Even Atlantis is not a perfect society. It yearns for balance. So be that balance. Then when your role as guide to the people is fulfilled, it may well be perfection. Don't worry. You've already earned my respect, which is a trial in itself.
The Castis. His Eminence Atlas humbly requests that you join him at his Doma to discuss a matter of grave importance.
Right. I'll make sure to stop by. His Eminence? This place has more kings than Sparta.
you've arrived! I'm honored the Vicastis would accept my humble request.
Ah, you're Atlas, I take it.
In the flesh. I thank you for coming to see me. I'm sure you're very busy. The burden my father gave you is not a light one.
Your messenger told me it was urgent.
Gravely urgent, indeed.
Well, here I am.
It's my brothers, the Archons. They have issues with the human populations under their control. Tensions between Isu and humans are mounting. Without order, the problems will grow severe.
I'll try and use my position to help them where I can.
Find Hadiros, Amphiris, and Azeas. Through your shining example, I hope they learn the valuable lessons in discipline they so desperately need.
And if I help them, you're hoping it'll maintain the peace between Isu and humans.
That's the plan. Poseidon should have known they weren't ready for the responsibility an Archon bears. But that's his failing.
Tell me about Gaviros.
You'll find him near the arena, hard at work planning his next exhilarating spectacle, I'm sure.
What should I know about Amphiris?
He's probably off terrorizing people near the fortified Doma of Ochtonos. Make sure you don't sneak up on him. He's quite jumpy.
What about Azais? Who is he?
You'll find dear Azais wherever there is humanitarian work to be done. I heard there were some issues near the Doma of Amphiris.
We have Archons where I'm from. Do they fulfill the same duties?
They are charged with overseeing and ruling the humans of Atlantis. Ensuring all live comfortably and peacefully. A job at which I fear they're failing.
There always seems to be unrest between the two races. The Underworld and Elysium were no different.
Time passes and tensions keep building. I expected my father to handle it. But Atlantis grows steadily worse, and no one wants to see what could happen if precautions are not taken.
I'll find the Archons, and make sure their problems are taken care of.
με δάνειον ή να δίνομαι από πληρώ.
Is Azais a physician and an Archon?
Azai saw me yesterday. He told me I'll be able to go home soon.
You're a lucky one. The man next to me hasn't come back yet. Maybe Azais is treating him? What have I missed? What must I do?
Azais? You have your hands full.
Vigastis, you're a welcome sight. The only one I've had in some time.
So many sick. I'm surprised that anything can spread in a place as advanced as this.
It's shocking. Nothing I have tried will cure the sick or stop the pathogen spreading. I've lost so many already.
When did you first notice people were getting sick?
At the start of this cycle. It began quite slowly and I didn't think much of it. But then the cases grew rapidly day by day. The more that fell sick, the faster the pathogen spread.
You seem really worried. Have you ever seen a sickness like this before?
No. There are many odd phenomena during this cycle. Plants dying, strange insects, and animal attacks. I worry about what this could signify.
Don't worry. We'll find a way to stop the sickness. Tell me what you need.
Well, there was a device being worked on by a scientist named Consus. Its intention was to rapidly heal injuries and eradicate disease.
Was?
His device is missing. Scientists here have tried to replicate it based on the schematics, but it's still in the experimental phase, and it hasn't been tested on humans.
So it may not work.
That's not the biggest issue. Poseidon has outlawed the use of our technology on humans. I fear that if we don't act quickly, the pathogen will spread across Atlantis.
If you think this healing device can help the sick, then I'll make sure that you have it.
The wisdom of an issue, but the compassion of a human. You were a good choice for Digastis. You'll find the device in one of the issue laboratories, in the Consus archive.
Το απίκασμα οδεσπόζει.
The devices Ace wants must be inside. What was in that box? My body's tingling like mad. There must be more of these somewhere. metal is heavy. And here's a note. Forge of Atlantis. This can be used to create weapons. I have to find this place. Device. It's like nothing I've ever seen. this glowing cloth is going to heal the sick. I hope Ace is right.
As I saw me yesterday.
I've brought the, glowing cloth you've asked for.
It's a nanotech matter regenerator, in fact, but you have it. I can't believe it. Now then, let's see what this thing can do.
What the fuck did you do?
I thought I had calibrated correctly. Oh no, what have I done? I killed this poor human. The device doesn't work, and you stole it against Poseidon's laws. What do we do now?
This device is dangerous. Maybe Poseidon outlawed it for a reason. I don't think you should use it on anyone else.
I was so hopeful, but you're right. This device isn't ready to be used on live subjects. All I've done is add to the pain and suffering.
Some things can't be fixed with devices or intellect. There are problems even the issue can't solve.
I suppose all I can do is return this device to the laboratory and make sure the victims are comfortable until the end.
That's one Archon helped. I hope they're not all this intense. This is it. That must be Amphiris. Why so many guards?
Let her pass.
Amphiris, if this is how you treat humans, I can see why you need so many guards.
These aren't humans. They are animals. An animal should be in cages.
I'm sure everything you do isn't without reason. But if you didn't call them animals, you might get a better reaction.
A human did this to me while I slept. When they came to kill me, I survived. But they slaughtered my daughter like an animal. Humans don't act with logic or reason.
Good or bad, they are driven by a will to survive.
A trait we implanted to ensure efficiency. But that will become a kindled flame of insurrection. You led a rebellion yourself in Elysium, so I know you understand. If we don't act, the city will burn and many more lives will be lost.
I don't see an army marching on Poseidon.
This one said they plan to launch an attack. Someone needs to destroy the resistance before that happens.
That's not a small request. Despite what you think, all humans aren't a threat.
It is the only path I see. But you are the Dicastis. Only you can choose the correct course of action.
Killing people will just make the fire spread faster. Now, if we destroy their supplies and their weapons, they can't oppose the issue.
I admire your optimism. But I fear it will not be enough. However, it's your decision to make.
Just leave it to me. I'll send a message they won't forget.
Very well. You'll find the traitorous humans at an abandoned farmstead. Return to me when the situation is resolved.
hard to form a resistance if they have no supplies.
Para ταχθεί εδώ.
Vicastis, I'm glad to see you return safely. I almost considered sending a regiment of my guard after you.
That would have been overkill.
You can never be too careful when dealing with violent humans. Come, tell me, has the resistance been quashed?
I destroyed their supplies and equipment.
You believed you saved lives by being merciful, but the truth is that more will die in the end.
I promise you, they're no threat.
You underestimate them. Yes, you've taken their means of striking now, but they will regroup and find more weapons. All you have done is delay the inevitable.
Just one more Archon to go. Maybe I should just do their jobs too. Away we go!
Πάψε! Τι πεις, άνθρωπε! Ενοχλείς τα μάνα.
Έλα. arena seems like a strange place to find an Archon.
Castis! Thank the stars! I was beginning to lose all hope!
Atlas said you needed help.
You don't understand the responsibility on my shoulders. It's my job to concoct entertainment for the masses. But I fear the crowd have grown bored of my grand spectacles!
I've seen some good plays. And some bad ones.
We need more than a simple play. If the audience leave my shows bored and restless, who knows what they'll start plotting?
You think they'll become violent?
My purpose is to keep them preoccupied so they can't be violent.
Trying to distract people from their problems will only work for so long.
I misspoke. I've seen what these humans are capable of, given the chance. I'm not distracting them, merely keeping them happy.
So give the people what they want.
What they want, yes. Yes! I can hear the cheers now! The legendary Castis Kassandra takes on Atlantis' finest warriors! You must take part in my next event!
Sounds like a Pangration. I can definitely help with that.
Not exactly. But I was inspired by your efforts in Elise. I know you'll do an exemplary job entertaining the crowds as you did then. If we pull this off, we'll be the talk of the city!
It's worth a try.
The power of the Atlantean god? Let's find out!
All right, Kassandra. Be easy. Training. That's what he said.
Wow! That was thrilling!
Give up already!
This is definitely not a Pangration.
Our valiant hero's next challenge fast approaches. A champion bested by none in the city. No mercy, no guilt. Will this be too much for even the Castis to overcome? The champion has been bested! Our mighty Dicastis is victorious and the crowd have spoken. But will she show mercy? Or will she spill the blood we want?
If you don't appease the crowd, I fear what Gaidiros will do. It was an honor to fight you, Dicastis.
You fought honorably.
A fitting end to a glorious life spent in service to you, the audience. Now, on to the grand finale. And here we are, the end of today's event. Next to face our Dicastis' judgment, the very scum that taints our city.
By the gods, what is this?
For the good of Atlantis, today bear witness to the guilty and condemned given one final chance at redemption. They will be honored to die at the hands of our guest.
Enough! I am not doing this!
Fear not, friends! We will make sure justice is delivered. What a show! What a show!
The people seemed entertained.
And why wouldn't they be? You put on a performance for the ages.
This won't help the relations between your people. The humans will see what's going on eventually.
I fear that if we stop things will just get worse. But you see things differently than all of us here.
Maybe their tastes aren't so primitive. Maybe they'll surprise you.
I wish I had your optimism. But only time will tell. Perhaps I'll even recruit a few humans to help me.
Justice, welcome back. I'm glad you could be here to witness this momentous occasion.
Why are the Archons in chains?
I invited my dear siblings here for one final lesson in leadership.
It looks like an execution to me.
Every experience in life should be a lesson, including death. You've been to the underworld, so I know you understand what these fools do not.
You asked me to help the Archons. I did. Their problems are solved.
Their problems only existed because they couldn't perform the duties their roles demanded.
You're going to murder your brothers? For what?
For order, for peace, for Atlantis.
For Atlas, you mean?
I am the rightful heir to Atlantis. I should be the Vicastis. I cannot defy Poseidon's will, but these fools don't deserve their power. I'll be a better Archon in their stead.
Once Poseidon finds out what you've done, he won't let you get away with it.
That is our way. The way of progress. You are not one of us. I've seen your compassion to those who dwell in this city. Perhaps our ways are not as perfect as Poseidon thinks they are.
Parents do what they think is best, but it doesn't mean they're always right. We have to look after each other, no matter what we're told.
Wise, Dicastis. I respect your decision. For the moment.
So what now?
If you're going to one day rule the city, Kassandra, you're going to have to learn a very important lesson.
That's what I get for helping you? A lecture?
Just some words of advice. Nothing in Atlantis is what it seems at face value. This city is old, and those that call it home are even older. You have helped me, Dicastis, and for that, you have my thanks.
This isn't over, Atlas.
On the contrary, I'm done here.
These devices are incredible. I almost feel like I can hear them speaking to me.